I got my rose. I got my rosé sativa here. This is passion. I like to listen to ocean sounds in the background. I'm gonna turn the waves down. Still rolling. I'm gonna play my song.
Left it all behind in a past life. At this point, more than our lives, can't deny. Believe there's something going when I go. In all the drama surrounding, drop it. Baggage behind us, keep it. Looking ahead, I promise. Suburban shadow.
That was for my song, Suburban Shadow. It's coming out next week. This is just behind the scenes. I might use some of this for what I'm gonna edit together, but
Not all of it.
oh yeah, so rose. So rose, I have a rose here. Funny story, I tried to find a rose around the corner, and so I talked to the valet, and he said that it closed during the pandemic, but there's this great flower shop all the way on 9th and Pedro, which is like over a mile away. And I had to be back at the studio in like 20 minutes. So I could not walk a mile, buy a rose, and then walk a mile back to Kyle's. It's still pretty hot, although I must say, LA is back to the beautiful LA that everybody knows and loves. The temperatures are down. But so I found another spot that was underneath the ground at 505 Flower. I got my flower. And then I went to Kyle's. And so this was kind of my lucky charm today as I was recording the vocals along with my rose quartz stones, of course, which are also over there. But so I was thinking I could just do a little practice of rose, like in case I'm gonna perform this one. And also, because keeping it real at this point, I would love to perform, but I have to build the momentum. So this is mostly just keeping it real with the camera. This is mostly for behind the scenes footage for now. Although I really do want to perform live. I would fucking love to. I gotta mute the verses. So it's like, I'm gonna take this microphone off so that I can hold it. Jesus Christ. This is me not being good with the equipment. Oh my God, come on. There we go. Fuck. Okay, we got it now. All right, so I'm gonna do it as if I was able to do a live performance. I'm not even recording this because we're already doing the vocals in the studio, but just for fun and for practice and for, most importantly, is for content. Because I'm gonna watch this video, I gotta hurry my ass up because if it's too long, I'm gonna hate myself. So let's just do it. Sub Rosa in ancient Rome, man confidential, representing secrecy and discretion. Never done this, but I'm gonna have to start sending flowers to my ops. Yeah, they are out there, trust. The universal symbol for this concept. Nothing could be more poetic. Let me offer you this rose. I hope you take it with you on the road. My timing was off, but you know. This is called rehearsal. This is called rehearsal if I did have a live show. You know, it's like learning the lyrics, learning the placement, but the track's not even mastered yet. So I was just having a little practice, getting a little behind the scenes content. I don't have secrets. I share everything transparently, but keeping it real, I might edit that together to make it a little more interesting for the viewer of my videos. Yeah, so, okay. I have Suburban Shadow and some lipping, some kind of hanging out. I can put that into it. And then this one will be for Rose. I have my little, by the way, this is my rose spread in tarot. So this is super interesting to me. So I've been reading this tarot book. It's like 1,300 pages long. And I've been finding these spreads that I've been using on myself. I haven't really done it for entertainment purposes yet, but in terms of for myself, helping myself process information and plan next steps. So I learned this rose spread. And so you can use it as a general inquiry, and you can also use it as a specific inquiry. And so I chose to use it as a specific inquiry. So there were no signifier cards. Like, in other words, I didn't choose a character to base this reading off of. I had a very specific question. And so basically, I have to first understand what suit the question corresponds to. And in my case, it was fire. Fire is that creative, that career, that spark that lights it all up. And so you separate out the suit, in this case fire, you separate out the major arcana, and then you're left with everything else. So the first 7 cards are that pile of everything else. So you shuffle, you deal them out into 7, and then you actually take the suit that the question is in regards to, and you put those as the next 3 cards. And so that's gonna help determine your decision making. So the first round without that suit in it is about the forces behind everything that's going on relating to the question. And then the actual suit that the question is based on is your cards of the suit and your decided outcome. And then the top 2 are the major arcana cards. And so those ones actually are kind of like the extenuating circumstances, like the major forces, because that's what the major arcana is the major forces. And then what I did as part of learning the tarot and as part of thinking about both my Suburban Shadow song and also my Rose song, because this is a rose spread. If you notice, it's in like the shape of a rose. And then I pulled a shadow card afterwards. And so the shadow card is kind of like the final thought or the summary or another factor to consider. But it all depends on the context of the reading itself. But so I've been using my tarot and my oracle, and I'm doing my behind the scenes. Actually, okay, keeping it real with myself, the way I would perform this would probably be more like this, because this is like having a backtrack and like performing at the same time, because it's gonna be like masterfully tuned. I still believe as a recording artist, I think the art is in the recording. Like, but of course, as you perform, you are a performing artist and there's an art there too. But it's like people love the master recording. Like that's what people know from radio and from hearing it and learning it and like singing it. So it would kind of like more, and this is not tuned or anything, but this is just kind of the starting part of it. But I love the art of the recording. I love it. I consider myself a recording artist because that's what I'm doing, is recording. I want to be a performing artist, but that has to come after we got the records, right? So yeah, I'm really happy with this. It's being a recording artist is also like YouTube too. Like what videos do we put out and put together for YouTube and all of that. So yeah,